This is Top Accolade African News. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The head of the Sudanese Armed Forces, General Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan, is in Egypt meeting President Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi. It is the first time Sudan's military ruler has left Sudan since internal conflict broke out in April between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces. The Egyptian president has backed General Burhan during the war, but has also been pushing for dialogue. The UN says the fighting has forced more than 4 million Sudanese to flee their homes. The Egyptian president is an ally of the Sudanese army leader, but pressmen gathered he has not given significant military support during this war. Egypt is worried about an even greater influx of refugees should the fighting in Sudan continue, and so may keep pushing for dialogue. Fighting has flared up again in some areas in Ethiopia's restive Amhara region after a week of relative calm, with at least 10 civilian deaths reported. Residents in the Amhara city of Debre Tabor have told pressmen that fighting between local militias and government troops began over the weekend and continued until Monday morning. According to witnesses, the city's main hospital sustained damage after it was hit by heavy artillery. A doctor at the hospital told newsmen that at least 5 people who are visiting patients and more than 20 civilians who are moving near the facility were wounded. Fighting has also been reported in or around Debre Marcos and Fenot Selam towns, as well as other small towns and villages in the region. Tensions in Amhara began in April following a controversial decision to dissolve a paramilitary regional force. In a move aimed at reducing government spending, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has ordered the training of the Nigerian delegation to the upcoming UN General Assembly. President Tinubu on Monday directed US mission in Nigeria to issue visas exclusively to Nigerian government officials who will directly participate in the UN event, which is scheduled to take place in New York next month. Tinubu also said Nigeria's mission in New York should only accredit government officials with clear rules at the General Assembly. The president also ordered officials traveling to the US to limit the number of aides and support staff that they take to the UN event, warning that individuals who disregard the guidelines will be removed from the delegation. The preservation of the revered tombs of the Buganda Kingdom in Uganda is no longer considered to be in danger, according to the UN's cultural organization. UNESCO has now recommended that it should be taken off its list of endangered heritage sites. It says the removal would be a powerful symbol, as 50% of sites considered in danger are in Africa. The tombs of Buganda kings, which are housed in grass-thatched circular buildings on a hillside in the capital, Kampala, were partly destroyed by fire in 2010. The burning of the tombs sparked protests in which at least 2 people were killed. They have since been reconstructed with the help of international funding. The UNESCO recommendations follow a site visit by a UN team in June. That is the size of Top Accolade African News. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Tuesday.